You fucked me. Must have let it slip. My head attached to my fucking shoulders. Valor is tightening. We were going to come.
Hi, my name is Nacho, welcome back to the channel. So like a finely tuned clock, all the bottom dwellers that started crawling out Netflix ass, calling out the review bombing that this show is getting by fans who didn't like what they did to the source material, by basically calling them racist and bigots and misogynist. You can usually tell who these people are by spotting the pronouns in their bios. The only good thing about this episode is that it's 15 minutes shorter than the previous one. It's sailing so far away from the Witcher lore that if it wasn't for the title, I feel like I'm watching some generic ass medium budget short film. But I watched the second episode, so you don't have to, so let's get into it. The episode begins introducing another member of the gang, Willow, who knocks on an elven smokehouse looking for a guy, and we get another self-insert from the writers every time Henry asks them to stop messing with the source material.
Do yourself a favor and fuck the fucking fuck off!
I am still upset that they give the elves pig ears. Right, so little schizophrenic dwarf apparently is convinced by her hammer, named Gwen, into going inside and killing all the elves. Oi, who the fuck I am? Why is she looking for one-eye whomever? I have no idea, and I've watched this episode 3 times. We're back to the castle with Lenny, who's having a bath with Eredin, and loads of men.
Loads and loads of men.
Oh, what is all dudes?
This is the biggest sausage fest on earth.
It's the International House of Sausage.
Why is it all dudes? Where are the women? Oh, I feel like I'm inside of an episode of Bros. Anyways, Eredin's having trouble establishing order in the new empire, and Lenny suggests simply to use brute force, something Eredin believes won't work. And I'm gonna put a pin here because I'm going to come back to this guy in a second. The other thing he mentions is the failed assassination attempt on the main characters, to which Lenny eagers to put them down before they inspire a rebellion.
Spiral. They haven't been defeated in 1,000 years.
Fuck me.
They look pretty defeated. We got to the gang walking into a siege and pretty much repeating the same thing from last episode. We need men, we need money, let's rob a bank. We get some narration while walking over some pretty landscape and we make it to the next town. Once inside the bank, the teller informs them that there's no money left and we see a group of soldiers approaching to arrest them. The teller escapes through a trapdoor and I'd say what follows is a pretty good looking fight. If I could focus on anything, stop shaking the fucking camera! But Tough Girl lets herself get carried off by her anger and breaks formation, which results in Michelle getting hurt. How is she not dead? After losing 20 plus men, the army decides to smart up and burn down the bank.
Yeah, just
now
burn
they
it
are
down.
trapped in a burning building with the only exit catching flames. How would they? Oh yeah, the trapdoor that the teller used. However, there's a problem. It's locked. And you may be wondering, how are they going to escape if the only way he could have locked it is from inside of the tunnel? Doesn't matter, because a single swing of a sword is literally enough to rip the metal bolts off of a stone and make their escape. We cut to the Empress walking through the castle without an escort until she gets jumped by one of her subjects and is rescued by this dude. Eredin offers one of his men as protection, but she rejects him, and we meet...
He's already proven himself. What is your name?
Don't say it.
Crevanas Benayab Kamhamacha. But most people call me Avalar.
One wonders why.
No! This is Crevan Spaniak Maka, or Avalag, or the mysterious stranger if you played a little bit of Gwent, a very powerful elven sage with the ability to travel between realms and the creator of Caranthir, the navigator of the Wild Hunt. So why did they turn him into this scrawny dude that looks like a fish out of water and is about to go into a panic attack if someone even looks at him for too long? Remember, the writers don't hate the source material. So Eredin and Lenny tell the Empress to remain inside while they deal with the Empire. We get a little bit of narration about the gang being hunted by this guy, and they are forced to stop given the severity of Michelle's injuries, so they go into the woods to look for some herbs. Back in her chambers, the princess has a chat with anemic Avalag and takes his cloak to very easily walk out of the castle. Is there not a guard stationed outside of her chambers to make sure she doesn't do that? Random question. So she goes into the street and very strongly bumps into Eredin, who looks at her and does nothing about it. With her newfound spying skills, she follows him into a house. And get ready for the next part.
You fucked me. You were the only one I told of the arrests. Somehow your fellow merchants knew to flee the cities with their grain stores.
Now, this really upsets me, not because he's gay, I honestly couldn't care less what or whom he decides to put up his ass. But allow me to introduce Editing Break Glass, one of the most terrifying motherfuckers you could ever encounter. I played The Witcher 3 on Death March, and fighting this guy was horrible. He travels worlds to enslave people, elves and humans alike. He killed the previous king and took his place. He used magic to change his appearance as well as the rest of the Wild Hunt, and wore a full set of dark skeleton armor to look more menacing. So portraying him as a skinny ass power bottom who's afraid of using force to submit rebels and is scared of people finding out that he likes dudes,
Sausage and beans all day long, mate.
What the fuck?
doesn't even come close to do the character any justice. Are you sure you guys are not mocking the source material? Are you sure, Lauren? You're telling me that you turned this into this? How? Explain it to me. Explain it to me in words that I will understand, Lauren. And by the way, if the most interesting thing about your character is that he or she is gay, you do not know how to write interesting characters. Please change careers. You slipped in my ass without warning. It hurt. We get the 2 lines from the deaf lady.
He knows nothing of the power of the arid world.
That was the sign language. It was literally 2 hand movements. Back to the gang, who return to Michelle, who is now dying from her poison wound, only to find the big guy who introduces himself as Brother Death and joins their ranks without too much fuss. So much for being hunted, huh? He offers to take Michelle to a healer that's beyond some really heavy-duty smoke machines.
No matter what you see, try and make it to the other side.
Oh, those smoke machines are ripping, man. The dry ice. I need some fucking dry ice. The show wouldn't work without it.
Dry ice, Mickey. I need the fucking dry ice. My show just doesn't work without it.
So the magic folk takes them through some very disturbing visions that I'm guessing are a way to know the characters better. But once on the other side, we meet the mage and her twin brother, who went from being stuck in a cage last episode to just not. Yeah, don't think too much about it. We quickly cut to Dwarven Tough Girl, who manages to kill One-Eye whomever, and how is that relevant to the main story? We cut to Lenny back in the Upside Down, offering a pair of twins to the Chaos Fairy, who tells him he'll need to offer something bigger in order to acquire more power. Everything wakes up after a night of getting his ass roughed up, to find the Empress not only outside the castle, but in full royal fit, who suddenly tells him to join her against Lenny if he wants his secret to remain as one. The king of the Wild Hunt, everybody. Back to the gang again, who make it to the mage's hideout looking like a wyvern's nest from Heroes of Might and Magic 3, a game that came out in 1999. So they heal Michelle, and Blondie tells them that him and Brother Mage are magical twins born under the same star.
Celestial twins. Gifted with the same magical talents, but that was a long time ago. Hold her elbow.
I can tell you're twins, you look the fucking same. Brother Mage starts going over all the events that happened in the capital, even those that would have been impossible for him to see from his cell, like the princess killing Tough Guy's sister in the hall after they left the signage, and explains that they need to destroy the main dildo stone before the world is destroyed. He offers to teleport them into the capital. They abandon the idea of getting mercenaries, and they take on the mages to assault the castle. To the narration. So 4 became 6.
And so 4 became 6.
Fuck me! Fuck you! So after taking out the guards, Brother Mage uses the Ebony Phallus to open a portal and teleports them to the wrong planet.
Why are there 2 moons?
Where have you taken us, Sage?
I don't know. It should have worked.
Tough Girl touches something she shouldn't. This chick is dumb. Yeah, genius. Surprise! And we fade to black. Pretty good looking centipede, huh? Again, a super rushed episode that ends in a cliffhanger that's totally unnecessary because the next episode's starting right away. Just show me what happens. The story of Dwarven Geralt is told completely off screen. Who was One-Eye whomever and who did he rape? I have no idea. How did the black guy escape prison? He doesn't tell us. The idea of getting more sellswords to fight Lenny and the boys, it's dropped immediately on the presence of a new plan, and I do believe that Tough Guy's vision about getting all that pitch in his face is foreshadowing the fact that he's going to turn into the Witcher. I've already been spoiled by people posting about it. I don't feel terrible. This show is full of shit. I'm not surprised about the assembly of people coming together to defend this horrible show, calling people racist and misogynist. Honestly, some of them just do it because they like fighting over Twitter. And the ratings speak for themselves. The problem is that this series fails to attach itself to the one thing people are here to watch. And if you can't guess what it is like the writers, I'll give you a clue. It's in the title of the fucking franchise. But if you watch this far into the video, leave us a like, let me know in the comments below if you think everything's catching or pitching. And as always, I've been Nacho, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.